Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to NXT. It is right before the first NXT of Season 6, and holy cow, it's Mr. Samuel, the Hall of Famer, the GM of NXT, making his way to the ring. One of the three original pillars of all of Universe Mode has arrived. As he makes his way to the ring, this has got to be monumental if the man has arrived. As the sheriff is in town to lay down the law. After a faction formed last NXT takeover in convincing fashion, it is time for Mr. Samuel to address this situation. As he is set for this match, or not this match, but to speak. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT Season 6. Now I want to make this clear to everybody. As the GM, it is my job to ensure that all my competitors, all of my roster is safe and preserved for every single takeover to deliver. Now, I've had this job since SummerSlam Season 4. It's a season and a half. And I've been trying my best ever since retiring to stay out of competition. I've only come out of retirement twice, and it was to fight Scott Cole, and it was to fight my two buddies. Now, I've had a bit of an issue with the Undisputed Era. A certain somebody, Adam Cole, decided to wage war against me, and Triple H spoke to me, and he's the chairman of the Universe Mode, and he advised me not to fight. It's not worth it. It's not worth damaging your legacy. And I agreed with him. So this whole time, I've had this beef with him. So I've thrown every top competitor I could at the Undisputed Era, and now they are all titleless. They all lack championships in NXT. And for me, that puts a smile on my face, but at the same time, I know I shouldn't hold grudges. Regardless, they are destined for bigger and better things than just here. So maybe perhaps I'm nudging them along. And just when I thought I had it all clear, something else happens. There's a new guy that comes in that was signed by Triple H to work in the Performance Center. And Triple H told me, this is the guy. This is the man. This guy will change wrestling in NXT. He's the future. He's the crown jewel that you can rely on. So I gave him a shot. I invited him to take over. And what does he do? He attacks Ricochet. Pulverizes the man. Levels him out. So with that said, Ricochet. I was ready to suspend Sante, but Ricochet said no. Ricochet said when he was good and healthy, he'd come back and he'd want Sante Guerrero one-on-one, and Ricochet beat him last takeover. But at the same time, Sante made it all about him and his buddies, as it was clear that a guy named Ace decided to attack Pete Dunne to sabotage the United Kingdom Championship match to help Alex Carter. And then at the same time, a guy named Bruce Bennett decided to attack. Well, he decided to attack Adam Cole to prevent Adam Cole from being at ringside with the War Raiders. Now, to be honest, I don't have a problem with that because now the Undisputed Era lack titles. But then Alex Carter aligned. And now it all became clear. The stars had aligned and there was now a four-man faction. Which bothers me. Because Bruce Bennett's not signed. Ace is not signed. Sante is, and so is Alex Carter. Now, at the same time, it's clear to me that they have an issue with the Undisputed Era. as Sante Guerrero also showed up at the pre-show of Mania and attacked Roderick Strong. So it's clear they are declaring war, and to me, I think it's my job to try to figure this all out, to get to the bottom of the barrel, to figure out why these men have such an issue with the Undisputed Era, why I should even consider signing Bruce Bennett and Ace when they made a mockery of my security team and assaulted my roster, and think that they can just form a four-man faction and just waltz right into NXT. So I gotta ask, if any of these men are in the back currently, get your butts out right now. Because this is the GM, and I'm not gonna sit here and be a pushover. I'm not waiting. Get your butts in the ring. And there they are, Bruce Bennett and Sante Guerrero. Bruce Bennett leading the charge, stepping right up to the Hall of Famer, the GM. Sante Guerrero being handed a microphone. What's he got to say?
Listen, I get it. You're the GM or whatever. You're the guy. You're the god of wrestling. It's cool, but what you're not going to sit here and do is tell me what I can and can't do on this brand.
Excuse me? Hold on. You don't get to dictate the terms here, Sante. It's all fun and dandy, right? You fought Ricochet, right? You had your match. I gave you that, and you failed. And now you think I'm just going to let you sign, or I'm just going to let you bring in two buddies who aren't even signed to this company, this Jack dude right here, Bruce, and the other guy, Ace, and think that you two, or you four, can just run the show. And you want to declare war on Undisputed Era.
Do it.
Right, but that's different. See, they're signed onto the roster. These two aren't.
You would be the luckiest GM in the world if you got all four of us on one brand. You should thank me for what I did for this company.
And why is that? Please enlighten me.
I mean, look at this guy. Look at him. Look what he did to Pete Dunne. He destroyed Pete Dunne, and he couldn't even compete at TakeOver. Ace destroyed Adam Cole. He couldn't compete either. And I destroyed Ricochet.
Why is Ricochet... At least Ricochet was able to walk out of TakeOver with a win.
He sure did get his ass kicked afterwards, though.
You're right. Fair point. 3 guys jumping one dude. I've heard the fairy tale story. Hell, I've been jumped by Cole, Lee, and Harvey in the past. What else is new? So I feel for Ricochet. I don't feel much for you, though.
Well, that's tough, buddy. You don't have to feel for me, but you're gonna have to deal with me. I'm on the roster, point blank, period.
I can also fire you.
What are you gonna do? You are gonna fire me.
Perhaps.
I took care of the Undisputed Era for you. And I know that you've been feuding for a while now. And I know that Adam Cole beat the shit out of you.
Yeah,
so you really want to fire me?
Mind getting your boy toy out of my face? Or do I need to remove the stick up his rear end? And maybe shove the stick up yours?
Whoa, buddy, I don't roll that way. I don't know how shit goes in your household, but it's not for me.
Listen, I've been in my fair share of street fights and brawls, and let me tell you something. This is not happening this way. If you two think But you're just gonna get everything you want. Nah. You get through me. Alright? I'm not gonna hand you anything, Saute. Despite...
Oh, but you are.
Oh, really? Enlighten me. Why should I hand you anything?
Because I can get rid of the Undisputed Era. Or I can leave them here for them to keep tormenting you.
Go on. How would you propose that you deal with them?
You see, me, Bruce Bennett, Ace, and Alex Carter, we're clearly the superior faction. Now, we will do you a favor and take care of the Undisputed Era if you give us all one desire each.
So you're saying, just to clarify and repeat it and reiterate it a little bit.
Bottom line,
Your faction fights them, and I give all of you each something in return. Basically a debt.
yeah, something like that.
Alright. But your faction has to do something for me in the meantime before that.
And what is that?
Alex Carter. Considering that by default, you only have one championship in your corner because you decided to recruit him. He has to defend his title. Tonight, in the main event, against one of the Undisputed Era members. So your only championship in your faction has to be put on the line. If you're willing to accept that, I'm going to think it over.
And if we do this and he retains, we get the Undisputed Era.
If he retains, I will guarantee him to not be defending his title at NXT TakeOver. No, sir. I've just got something better. You all want the Undisputed Era. I get that. I see that. I'll allow all of you at ringside for his title fight. All you, Bruce and Ace. All at ringside. To enjoy, get a front row seat. What your newly acquired hardware can do. Because I've seen Alex Carter in action. Heck, I've managed him. Well, not really managed. Been the GM over him while he's had the title. I'm sorry, I'm a little slow. It's been a while since I've stepped in the ring and done a promo.
That's obvious, Chief.
Yeah, okay. Alright, watch your mouth. Before it gets straightened out. Or rearranged, as a matter of fact.
Oh, you really want to do that?
Listen. Bruce Bennett, right? I know you don't have a contract, but you can either answer to me, or you can answer to the game. So I'll kindly ask you to take one step back. Because your breath smells like 1,000 rear ends.
Hey, watch it.
Alright. If he retains this NXT show, I will give you something. I will give you the Undisputed Era in a 4-on-4 match. Jeff Sanders will not be allowed to compete because he is already signed to the main roster. You will get Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Roderick Strong in a 4-on-4 match at NXT TakeOver. If you beat the Undisputed Era, they will leave NXT. And you will get one desire from each one of you. If that sounds good with you.
I have one addition to add to that stipulation.
And what's that?
I want the match to be elimination, so we have the chance to embarrass each member of the Undisputed Era, one by one.
Like your way of thinking for once. You got yourself a deal.
Well, while we're out here, I might as well tell you what you're going to be giving the Golden Sins.
Fancy name.
Ace and Alex Carter, clearly not out with me tonight. And I don't believe they need to be, because I'm enough to handle you. Bruce is just the extra muscle, just for show. But first off, you're giving Alex Carter a North American title shot. Second, Bruce right here, the one you were just talking about. Yeah, you were talking about his breath.
Yeah.
Him and Ace are gonna get their shot at the tag titles.
Okay. And what about you? I assume NXT, right?
What about me, huh? What about me? Let me think.
Nice mustache. Did your mother groom it for you?
I want the NXT Money in the Bank briefcase.
So you're saying that you want all these things after the first NXT takeover. Fair enough. So you're saying regardless who walks out the winner of the Money in the Bank briefcase match on the first NXT takeover, you want a shot at the winner afterwards.
Damn right I do.
You strike a hard bargain, you know that?
Either you take it and we kick the Undisputed Era's ass, or you don't and they kick your ass.
I'll make this clear to you. If I give you these things, you play by my yard. And what I mean by that is, whoever I put up against you, you don't question. You take those opponents, and you do what you will. You beat the hell out of them. But that's because I choose the opponents. You don't get to dictate. You don't get to run around like it's your yard. You're still under me. And that's even if you win the titles. Because as far as I've seen, Sante, you can't get the job done. Maybe you can as a faction. But you failed against a world champion, Cole Lee, who I've faced before, and I've already beaten before. Now sure, you're young, you're foolish, you're stupid. You made a lot of rookie mistakes in that match. But as far as I'm concerned... No, go ahead. You clearly want the mic.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Mr. Samuel, let me ask you. You retired, right?
Yeah.
Was there a reason why you retired?
Because I lost.
You lost. You lost to who?
Harvey.
Sorry, I don't keep up with old ass, out of date rednecks.
He's British, but that's fine. I'll let it slide.
You're white. It's the same thing.
Fair enough. So your point?
My point is, do you take the deal or not? Simple.
Sure. I'll agree to your terms. I'll agree to it.
Alright. Well, if that's the case...
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, he just leveled up with a kick! These two are now gonna brutalize the GM! Oh! Sante was holding him up for him, and then delivered a powerful kick. Bruce Bennett assaulted him there. Now Sante going underneath the ring is now picking him up. Mr. Samuel. Oh! Drops him on the edge of the apron and a steel chair. Oh my God! This is a Hall of Famer. This is the GM. And Sante, throwing him into the steel steps as Bruce Bennett starts to pick him all apart. Tosses the top half inside the ring, going underneath. Sante now the kicks to the ribs. And wait, Mr. Samuel now fighting back, trying to struggle it back against him. No! Sante Guerrero kick right there. Dropping down Mr. Samuel. And a kick right to the gut. No. Oh my gosh. And his elbows connecting first, and then a spit out DDT on the outside. And now Bruce Bennett fetched some weapons. And they've loaded the ring with mass destruction. So he tosses him inside. It is clear that they want the Undisputed Era. They are not going to play by the rules of the GM. They want to own it. So now officially Ace and Bruce are signed to NXT after they just got the deal. Mr. Samuel propped up on the top turnbuckle. And no. It's a table. A table in the middle of the ring. Sante Guerrero. Bruce Bennett doing the heavy lifting. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The table completely fractured and caved. Oh my gosh. That's Bruce Bennett. What is he thinking? No. Spinning him around. His head. Cracking against the steel. Oh my gosh. The stiff uppercut. Mr. Samuel laying sweet there. They are just brutalizing him. This is a mugging. Nobody's coming out to help him. No one is going to step up to them. I am willing to bet Alex Carter and Ace are holding down the fort up near the entranceway. And now look at this. Sante slamming his face right there. High knee connecting. And Bruce Bennett now sizing him up. Mr. Samuel clearly stunned. And Sante, tying him up there. Trying to get momentum, kick right there. A twist of fate. It's like a knife being twisted into the ribs. Now Sante picking him up, turning him right around. Here it comes. Dropping the knee on the face. Now Bruce Bennett. Taunting away. A devastating cutter there. And now Sante Guerrero, look at this. What is this? What? I don't even know what to call it, and now the King Me connected. The King Me. As they leave him lying, that is their statement tonight. As they make their way up the ramp, leaving the GM lying out. What will happen later in NXT, on the NXT show tonight? As we will see you next. Hope you all enjoyed this clip. Thank you to the two men who helped. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Of course, if you choose, hope you're right for NXT. And I will see you all next time as Mr. Samuel, the GM, might have created a new threat to NXT as the future is now.